special event
that have called us together here to celebrate this achievement. I would leave it to the ES to single out all the runners, starting from the law to the establishment of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, to the decision to cite this thing in Bayelsa, and to the whole enterprise of local content development. But let me highlight a few things. On the philosophy, we took a decision that our Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board must be a strong organization, that we must select good people to run it, and that any time it was within our power, we must ensure that qualified people take the reins of power here. We said that to achieve that, our workers, our staff, our people, our industry, Nigerians employed in the industry must have a symbol of authority, a symbol of quality, a symbol of self-help effort. And that is why we insisted that deliberately this building had to be big, it had to be magnificent, it had to make a statement, it had to be built by Nigerians. That is also why the thinking was done by Nigerians, the design was done by Nigerians, the construction was done by Nigerians, and Nigerians will run and operate it. It's a big deal. We have only 3 minutes, and I want to keep to that time. So I will just say that the then governor of Bayelsa State, Chief Timi Silva, was the one that allocated. He called me the first day I came to Bayelsa, said, I'm going to give you a place to stay, but that's only for a few years. We have to build your headquarters here. And I thank you very much with all the support we got at that time. On that note, let me just thank you once again for honoring us here and giving us the opportunity to recognize the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, Pioneer Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board. Switching gears immediately, please, for those who would come to speak, when you come to speak, kindly remove your face shield. It will be blocking the sound. The sound engineer said they're not picking the sound very clearly. Okay, thank you. We'd like to also very respectfully and warmly welcome our council members. Without them, the board will not be running as smoothly as it is running today. Can we please give our council members of the NCDMB a resounding applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Now I would listen to the former executive secretary of the board. Please welcome Architect Denzel Kentebe.
Good afternoon, Honorable Minister of State, Chief Timi Silva, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, our amiable ES, Council members, His Royal Highness King Speak, and His Royal Highness King Seyefa. It's a thing of pride for me to be here before you this morning. Not just because I was privileged to be part of this process, but because I am a Nigerian, I'm a Niger Deltan, and I'm a Bayelsan. And I think everyone that falls within those realms should be very proud today for what we are doing here. NCDMB continues to be a trailblazer in all good things. This is just one of them. Permit me to say, if memory serves me right, this is the first time in the history of this country where a dedication will be done visually by the President and Commander-in-Chief. So once again, NCDMB has led the way, and the place that it has led the way is in Niger Delta, Bayelsa State to be precise. So once again, we're leading. What we are dedicating today is not just bricks and blocks. What we are dedicating is leadership, vision, efficiency, and especially continuity. I commend the federal government, the Minister of State, our own amiable Executive Secretary, my brother Simbi, and especially all staff and members of the NCDMB family. This has set another standard that we cannot go beyond. I want to say thank you to all that have come, and we wish you a good afternoon. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, Architect Canterbury, Denzel Canterbury, and thank you for keeping to the 3 minutes. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Wali community are the host community, and for providing the space for this amazing edifice, let me welcome here the paramount ruler of the Wali community, Swali community, His Royal Highness Wilcox Seyefa Job, to please step forward here and do the 3 minutes goodwill message. I welcome you, Your Royal Highness.
I am the paramount ruler Swali community. On behalf of Swali community, I want to thank the President of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari, Honorable Minister of State for Resources, Petroleum Resources, Chief Timothy Silva, NCDMB, led by Engineer Sunbe Wabote, that able to assign this gigantic building to my community, Swali. I pray God for that. I also thank the Honorable Minister of Petroleum again, because without him, nothing can be here. Again, I pray that Swali community and the board should have emotional understanding so that the business can move forward. This business creates the development and employment opportunity for our youth. I am very happy for that. Whatever thing is happening here, they should remember Swali and Bayelsa as a whole. I thank everybody that able to leave their home down to this arena. May God bless all of you. Thank you.
When peace rules within the borders of a community, prosperity is sure. Prosperity is sure, and that is what His Royal Highness and his community have ensured here in Swali community. Thank you, Your Highness. We want to recognize the presence here of the Southern Ijaw Federal Constituency member of the Federal House of Assembly, Honorable Priye Oseke, and as well as the Brass Nembe Federal Constituency member here, Honorable Israel Sonikali. We welcome you, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it has been said and will continue to be said that a Nigerian company designed, a Nigerian company built this magnificent world-class edifice. Talking to us for the next few minutes with a documentary to go with it. Cumulatively, everything will run for 7 minutes. I'd like to welcome the managing director, the proud managing director of these much talked about Nigerian company, architect Hakot Aduke, managing director, Megastar.
To commend the dexterity and the thought process that ensured that this project was done by a Nigerian contractor, not just a Nigerian contractor, a community contractor.
By Nigeria.
Wow, this is playing.
I must say that I am very impressed.
While the video is running, we'd like to
This is
welcome
actually a clear demonstration.
the governor of Bayelsa State,
Nigerians can do.
Distinguished Senator Doye Diri. Your Excellency, we welcome you. We welcome you.
And so I would like to thank the federal government for the wisdom and investments that have been made in this gigantic project. I thank the contractors who I believe I'm told are proudly Bayelsan as well.
That company, Megastar, insisted that he had the capacity to do this. And the first time the ES took me on a short tour of these premises, I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. This is truly, truly success for Nigeria, and we must celebrate it.
Facility was designed by a local architect, a Nigerian architect. This facility was constructed by a Nigerian builder. What more can you ask for?
And it humbles Megastar, humbles me personally, to note that they chose us.
His Excellency, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, His Excellency, the Honorable Minister for State of Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipri Silva, Your Royal Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, the Executive Secretary of NCDMB, Engineer Simbi Wabote, all protocols observed. It gives me great pleasure to witness this formal commissioning of the NCDMB headquarters building complex, which we bid for in 2013, we broke ground in 2015, and completed in less than 5 years, despite the various challenges. With this project, NCDMB has changed the narrative about timely completion of government projects, particularly in the Niger Delta area, which is the third largest delta in the world. Please allow me to mention some challenges we encountered and how we did things differently. Number one, the labor force. NCDMB made it clear that we needed to use local labor, which we all knew was not readily available. So we trained 250 men and women from Swale community with the assistance of the Industrial Training Fund, from where we got our main pool of certified workers, in addition to Nigerians from all over the country. The nature of the soil. We knew after geophysical studies that the soil under the site was difficult, but we didn't appreciate how much. Based on the structural design, we piled 7 to 10 floors underground to be able to erect 17 floors above ground. And even at that, we were able to do 2 piles each day. 2015-2016, foreign exchange crashed in Nigeria. Just when we were about to pick up steam to start planning for the long lead items, we were faced with the sudden hike in foreign exchange from 157 to 250 naira to the dollar. But for the timely support of the client, we would not have been able to overcome this percentage impact, which was very huge. Now, the success factors. Clarity of intent. And I think this has been underlined by the 2 past speakers. From the invitation to tender, the client had a clear intent of what they wanted to achieve through a transparent tender process and bespoke conditions of service tailored to this project. This clarity of intent and enthusiasm to develop Nigerian capacity engaged on this project was demonstrated seamlessly through the corporate administration of 4 consecutive executive secretaries. I will quickly go to the end. It's very remarkable and commendable that a project awarded by the former administration of His Excellency President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan had continued seamlessly to completion today. We wish to thank His Excellency President Buhari and the Honorable Minister for Petroleum Resources and the Board of NCDMB for giving us this opportunity to serve. We express our profound gratitude to the Executive Secretary, Engineer Simbi Wabote, whose excellent technical background and experience is our success. We do hope with the success we have recorded on this project, more Nigerian contractors will be given the opportunity to handle projects of even bigger magnitude. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, who just joined us virtually. And so, now that he has joined us, shall we all rise now for the national anthem? Much. Let's be seated, please. Let me welcome all that are here for this amazing event and all that are joining us virtually from across the nation. Welcome to the official commissioning of the Nigerian Content Tower, a magnificent 17-story building. And for us, the number 17 has an amazing message. It stands for responsibility, for perfection, for decency, and for dedication. So I welcome all of you, and I welcome His Excellency, the President. My name is Ebere Young, And I have with me here my colleague, Richmond Osuji.
Thank you very much, Ebere. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this indeed is a world-class facility, and the team that has delivered this facility to the Nigerian people is led by a world-class leader. And I'd like to welcome that world-class leader for his welcome address at this august occasion. Please welcome with me the game-changing Executive Secretary, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Engineer Simbi Kesie Wabote, FNSE, for his welcome address. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, who is also seated with the President, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timothy Silva, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, our royal fathers here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a man gifted to emotions while making speeches or making presentations, but today I am sincerely filled with emotions. So permit me if I flutter in the process, but I hope not. I welcome you all to this event from wherever you are watching us locally and internationally, and from whichever platform you are using. Today marks the long-awaited hour set aside to commission a magnificent headquarters building and the 10 megawatts gas-fired power plant built in partnership with the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company joint venture as a capacity development initiative. Standing tall at 70 meters, the main building represents hope that is visible from afar and near to all lovers of development. Site construction work started in the fourth quarter of 2015, and we have not looked back since then to ensure that we finish what we started. About half of what you see on the surface is buried below to keep the building standing and provide structural foundation support using 207 piles, each at 800 millimeter diameter, driven to 30 meters depth as the foundation carrying this structure. The ground floor area of the building is 30,000 square meters, equivalent to 4 football fields and able to accommodate more than 1,000 workspaces for our own use and for the use of other occupants of the building. We put a lot of thought into the design of the building, not only to bring out this edifice, but we also focus on the subsequent usage covering the ergonomics, acoustics, security, safety, energy efficiency, and maintenance. Some of the specifics include the use of fire retardant facade, intelligent building management system that cuts down power consumption by 25%, the provision of overhanging cradle on the roof slab to clean the 4 sides of the building, zero voice transmission through the walls of the conference center, scissors design in the ramp of the multi-level car park to avoid head-on collision, and many others too numerous to mention. All this have been done using the dexterity of a local Nigerian architect, Popman Walter Odushote, and other Nigerian consultants to design and supervise the project execution. The main contractor, Megastar,
is a Nigerian with several other Nigerian subcontractors that worked day and night to deliver this world-class building with impressive safety statistics. The material used is 76% Nigerian content, with the tiles, electrical cables, granite, and other building materials produced in Nigeria. The manpower used for services and labor is over 95% Nigerian content. The skills transferred to the local workforce in the construction of a high-rise building has been unprecedented. We are proud of the end-to-end thinking that went into the design and the execution of this project, which is typical of what we do in Nigerian content. That is why we also partnered with NAOC joint venture to provide the 10-megawatt gas-fired power plant to provide reliable 24/7 power supply to the headquarters building and other facilities. Like the foundation of this building, our mandate is deeply rooted in the law setting up the board as a regulator and a developer of capacities in the Nigerian oil and gas industry. The law provides that 1% of the value of all contracts awarded in the upstream sector is paid into the Nigerian Content Development Fund. This project, therefore, represents an evidence of the prudent management of fund in our polity. We are also deploying the fund to execute other projects and for other income-yielding ventures to ensure sustainability of the board. As a board, we deeply appreciate the Governing Council members under the chairmanship of the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, who is representing the Minister of Petroleum Resources, our dear President, Chief Timipri Silva, for all the support and approvals given to our programs. Let me also recognize the role of other players and stakeholders in making this day a reality. All the vendors, the suppliers, the bankers, the subcontractors, government security agencies, the state government, and the local committee in the National Assembly, on all recognized and appreciated. Our appreciation is also to the Swale community, the Ebele community, and most importantly, the Bayelsa state government for all the support given to us. I must commend the contributions of all the staff of NCDMB, including the Pioneer Executive Secretary and Architect Kentebe, and others that have held this position before my time. We have utilized this project to create jobs, impact skills, procure local goods, build capacities, and change the skyline of Bayelsa State and that of the Niger Delta. If statistics is anything to go by, I am told that this is the tallest building in the South-South region and Southeast region of the Nigerian geopolity. I therefore wish to thank their president for allowing us to achieve this feat and for giving us all the desired support in his desire to create and build a lot of infrastructure in our dear country. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to this event and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Executive Secretary for the Nigeria Content Development and Monitoring Board, for the vision, for the dedication, and for the love for quality work. Let's put our hands together one more time for him, ladies and gentlemen. He made it very clear in his address the amazing partnership that was provided by the Nigeria Ajib Oil Company. This entire building, 17 stories, is powered by gas, probably one of those first of its kind of thing in the Nigerian landscape. It's therefore my honor and pleasure to welcome to join us virtually the Managing Director of the Nigeria Ajib Oil Company, Mr. Lorenzo Fiorillo, to deliver his goodwill message. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Distinguished Senator Doyedire, Governor of Bayelsa State, His Excellency Chief Timi Silva, the Minister of State of Petroleum Resources, His Royalties Majesty, Mr. Mele Chiari, Group Managing Director of NNPC, and Engineer Simbi Wabote, Executive Secretary of NCDMB. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me say that I'm very proud and this is a great pleasure for me today to share the joy of this significant moment with the Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board on behalf of ENI companies in Nigeria and our partners, NNPC, MPDC, and Oando Energy. Today's event, I believe, is a giant leap in the journey towards the development of Nigerian content in the oil and gas industry. We are particularly excited and grateful to have been given the opportunity to power this magnificent building, the first of its kind in Bayelsa State, from the newly completed gas-fired 10-megawatt power plant in Lebele, Yanagoa. The objectives of construction of the power plant are to enhance the capacity of NCDMB and other government infrastructures in the state, kickstart sustainable industrialization in the state from the oil and gas park, create employment, and generally improve the standard of living of the people of the state through reliable supply of electricity. This initiative is part of ENI's global effort to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all, one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals defined by the United Nations in its 2030 agenda, which ENI has adopted and integrated in the company's mission. In this respect, over 120 communities in Niger Delta, with about 1 million population, are being supplied free electricity, both off-grid and from our various facilities. The 480 megawatt Occupy power plant, built by NAOC since 2005, consistently delivered reliable power, which accounts for 15 to 20% of our total supply to the national grid, at a record availability rate, significantly higher than 90%. The ongoing completion on the phase 2 of the Occupy power plant will raise its capacity to 1 gigawatt and further support to the federal government objective to achieve reliable power supply in the country. Let me finish my quick intervention thanking personally the entire organization of NCDMB and the engineer Simbi Wabote and the Honorable Minister of State, Chief Timi Silva, for this opportunity, and also our partners for the support in achieving this milestone. Thank you all for the attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lorenzo Fiorillo. Thank you for that intervention, and quite timely intervention, I must add. Thank you very much. Can we please give NAOC another round of applause, appreciating their partnership in delivering power. I think this model should be looked at by a lot of companies wishing to grow partnership in the Niger Delta. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the very first headquarters of Nigerian Content was inside the towers of the NNPC, when it was then the Directorate of Nigerian Content at the NNPC. And I'm sure the current GMD is delighted to stand in this building to also make his own intervention. Please welcome with me the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Mr. Mele Chiari, as he addresses us.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. President. I will trust the sufficiency of the protocols established, and to thank you particularly for making this project delivered. Mr. President, this edifice is magnificent. It's an indication that with leadership, with the right mindset, and with the right vision, that anything can be delivered in this country. And since the inception of the Nigerian Content Board, Mr. President, we have seen significant progress in this industry. capacities have been built. Many of our contractors, fabrication yards, and construction facilities in this country are owned and operated by Nigeria, Mr. President. Progress has been made, and this indication, and particularly with the delivery of this project, Mr. President, we know that this country has potential. This industry does not discriminate, Mr. President. Where skills are there, where capacities are there, it can be exported anywhere. And what we see coming with all the activities of the Nigerian content, in collaboration with us and our partners, that we are seeing a hub of activities in the West African sub-region where these skills and capacities are transported. Mr. President, we are very proud to be associated with this project. We'll continue to support the Nigerian Content Management Board in delivering the value that is obviously required in this country. And all this couldn't have worked, Mr. President. In the last 5 years, we have achieved significant peace in the Niger Delta region, not because of anything else, but because there's empowerment, there's engagement, and there's commitment from leadership. And in the last 5 years, Mr. President, we have seen progress. And we thank you for your leadership, for supporting us in delivering this. Thank you, Mr. President, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much to the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Mr. Mele Kolokiari. Thank you very much one more time for your intervention. And he made it very clear that this can only be a product of leadership. Some people always say that perfection is unattainable. But they also go on to say, but if we chase perfection, we might catch excellence. Even from his days as governor of this amazing state, the glory of our land, excellence was his middle name. Today, he's the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources. Check his suit. You'll find it signed, excellent man. Please join me as I welcome here the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipri Silva.
This is for me a very emotional moment because some years ago, when the NCDMB headquarters was sited in Bayelsa State, in Yenagua, Bayelsa State, I was governor. And I had the privilege at that time to have allocated this plot of land for this edifice. So I was part of the beginning of this project, the very beginning. But as you all know, for some moment, I thought I was no longer part of this project. But today, by the grace of God and by the grace of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I am again part of the completion of this project. So you can understand exactly why it's a very emotional moment for me. This project is a salute to Mr. President's avowed commitment to continuity. Mr. President has never played politics with development. And that is why, although the foundations of this project were laid in 2015 before the advent of his presidency, he ensured that this project continued and ensured that this project is completed today. Your Excellency,
the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the Chief of Staff to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Royal Majesties here present, Your Royal Majesty, the King of Swale, Your Royal Majesty, the Chairman of the Bayelsa State Council of Traditional Rulers, my King, the King of the Brass People, Igbegumadudu, the Group Managing Director of the NMPC, former Executive Secretaries of the NCDMB, and please, pardon me, the Deputy Governor, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished senators, let me at this time please permit me to stand on existing protocols. I am very delighted and fully appreciative of the presence of Mr. President and all esteemed guests for the commissioning of this magnificent building in Bayelsa State. The completion of this project is a key achievement in the portfolio of priorities given to the Ministry of Petroleum Resources under the Next Level agenda. Dear Mr. President, we must thank you for the visionary leadership you continuously provide us in the ministry and the entire country to ensure that the narratives of the oil and gas industry are changed from obscurity to transparency and from despair to development. The commissioning of this building is symbolic in many ways. It shows that Mr. President is keen to see infrastructural development in every part of the country. It shows that skyscrapers and other laudable infrastructures can be built also in the Niger Delta. It shows that indigenous contractors can perform wonders when given the right opportunities. It shows that the people of Bayelsa and indeed the entire Niger Delta are receptive to development. And it shows that Nigerian content is here to stay. I want to highlight that part of this symbolic development is the construction of the 10 megawatt gas-fired power plant in partnership with NOW joint venture to service the new headquarters building in the NCDMB Industrial Park under construction. This gas-fired power plant is just a tip of the iceberg as the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, under the direction of Mr. President, is set to unlock opportunities in our gas resources instead of just quoting the statistics of our gas endowments every year. Our declaration
of year 2020 as the year of gas is no fluke. Throughout the year 2020 and beyond, our focus on gas development will be significant. From export gas to domestic gas, from LPG to CNG, to mini LNG, from power to fertilizer, we will devote our energy to unlock the gas below the ground and eliminate the wastage at the flares. I call on local and international investors to join us in these efforts for the benefit of all. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate the Swale community, the government, and the people of Bayelsa State, the Nigerian construction company, Megastar, and the Executive Secretary of NCDMB and his management team for the successful completion of this laudable project. For a moment, I wondered where I was. Am I in Nigeria? Am I elsewhere? Because standing here, I could be anywhere in the world. Our overwhelming appreciation must go to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, and the Federal Executive Council for the gracious and timely approvals of our request whenever it mattered. We are proud to announce that Nigerian content is here to stay for the good of the country and for the prosperity of our people. Thank you all for your attention. And I hereby respectfully invite the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, one more speaker. Okay, that was a gaffe from me. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
As he steps down, can we appreciate him, ladies and gentlemen? If he chooses to be emotional on a day like this, we cannot blame him.
At all.
If he chooses not to rest the grace in his tongue, we cannot blame him.
Not at all.
He gave birth, he produced the pregnancy, and he was in the world to receive the baby.
What a pleasure.
Thank you very much. But let me also welcome here, online, virtually, some amazing Nigerians who have joined us on this event. I'd like to welcome the former President, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan GCFR. He is with us. He is a son of the soil. Let me also welcome the Senate President. He is with us. I'd like to welcome the Deputy Senate President, who is also a Niger Deltan, who is also here with us. Every eminent Nigerian across the world are with us on this. And there's also another eminent Nigerian who's here with us, Richmond Osuji. We welcome him.
Thank you very much, Ebere. Indeed, let me also add a welcome to all the CEOs of the industry who are joining us virtually as well. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this eminent Nigerian who speaks to us today is the current governor of the glory of all lands, and here to address us on this day when the glory of all buildings, as the ES have told us, across the southern part of Nigeria is being commissioned. Please welcome distinguished Senator Doye Diri, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State.
Please, you may be seated. Your Excellency, our dear President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellency, my resourceful, amiable, and workaholic Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, members of the National Assembly, my colleagues, senators, and members of the House here present, and those in the Zoom meeting. Your Excellency, the former Governor of Bayelsa State and Minister of State Petroleum Resources, our own son of the soil, Chief Timipre Silva, our mentor, father, and chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council, Your Royal Majesty King Alfred Dieter Spieth, and other Royal Majesties here present, the Chief of Staff, Government House, Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, and our own son of the soil, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Engineer Simbi Wabote. Members of the Governing Council of the Board, former Executive Secretaries here present, the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, the Managing Director of the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company, service commanders here present, other royal fathers here present, top government functionaries, invited guests, members of the Fourth Estate of the realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is a goodwill message from my humble self as the Governor of Bayelsa State at this virtual presidential commissioning of the newly completed 17-story headquarters building of the Nigerian Content Development Board. On this day, the 13th of August, 2020, history is being made. It is my great pleasure to attend this visual presidential commissioning of this 17th-story headquarters building of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board in Yenagoa, and the 10 megawatts gas-fired independent power plant at Elebele in Ogbea local government area of Bayelsa State. On this historic and very special occasion, I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for providing the strong political will and backing to continue with this project and bring it to conclusion timeously. Mr. President, the people of Bayelsa are saying thank you. The people of Bayelsa are saying Noah. My warm congratulations to son of the soil, our own brother, the man who has piloted this project, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Content Development Board, Engineer Simbi Kesie Wabote, and his entire team for the successful completion of this magnificent tour. Now that this outstanding structure has been built. The aesthetics of Bayelsa and Yenagoa has changed. It is time to face the business of helping to build the economy and lives of the people of this state and indeed Nigerians. In accordance with the mandate of the board and in line with the World Bank initiated local content policy document. The COVID-19 pandemic is forcing the world to think in creative and interdependent ways. We should learn from this episode and escape the inevitable pandemic of agitations that will break out if communities are not factored into the development equation. Let me use this opportunity to also congratulate our partners, the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company, who has been in Nigeria and in Bayelsa since 1962. However, let me urge and plead with Nigerian Ajib Oil Company that it is time for you to relocate your headquarters to Yenagoa, the capital city of Bayelsa State. Most of your operations are domiciled in Bayelsa, and it will only be good that your headquarters is here with us in Bayelsa. As a government, we are ready to partner with you, we are ready to dialogue with you to ensure security and safety. To successfully navigate the uncertain times that we face today, collaboration and teamwork is inevitable. Close collaboration between different tiers of governance, be it the federal, state, and local governments, as well as businesses, is an essential part to create a strong direction for development. We must be more deliberate and inclined to work across party lines, just as we are doing today. The development of Bayelsa State, and indeed the development of Bayelsa and Nigeria in general, should remain the cornerstone of all efforts that we put together. The Bayelsa State government is willing to partner with companies to settle down in Bayelsa State by providing the enabling environment. I will conclude with a quote from Leonard Ravenhill, that the opportunity of lifetime needs to be seized during the lifetime of the opportunity. There cannot be a better time than now to do equity to the people of Bayelsa State and the people of Nigeria. It marks both social and economic sense, as it will make more of social and economic sense. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, and God bless you too, Your Excellency. Can we put our hands together one more time as he comes down to take his seat? Your Excellency, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellencies from across the nation, invited guests here physically present with us. There are times I wonder about the significance of names. The contractor to this event, to this building, is known as Megastar. And this structure, in the family of buildings anywhere in the world, is a Megastar. What a significant name resemblance. Today, for those who are not here physically with us to behold the beauty of this amazing building, put together by over 600 professionals, engineers, architects, artisans, and technicians, we want to take you on a virtual tour of the building. You're welcome.
This is a virtual tour of the 17-story Nigerian Content Tower. This is the ground floor. It has the reception area and the coffee kiosk. This is the first floor. It has the business area of the building. This is the second floor. It has the data room, the library, the e-library, 2 meeting rooms, and offices. This is the third floor. It has the same set of offices, meeting rooms, and conference rooms with the 5th floor all the way up to the 14th floor. This is the 4th floor. It has 2 meeting rooms and several offices. Also has a link to the multi-level car park. This is the 15th floor. It has the office of the Executive Secretary, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, and his staff. It also has the boardroom of the NCDMB, waiting rooms, and other offices. The 16th floor is the lower roof, and it houses the cleaning cradle and the emergency water tank. The 17th floor is the upper roof. This is the conference center. It has a 1,000-seater capacity hall, 6 meeting rooms, a kitchen, and offices. This is the adjoining multi-level car park building. It has 300 parking spaces, which also has the gym, the restaurant, and the clinic. This is the kitchen. It's on the 4th floor. It caters to the general occupants of the building. This is the generator house. It has 6 smartly synchronized backup generators of 1,250 kVA each. This is the NCDMB power station, Elebele. It's about 8 kilometers from the headquarters building. It's a 10 megawatt power plant, and it powers the headquarters building. Thank you, and welcome to the Nigerian Content Tower.
Indeed, welcome to the Nigerian Content Tower. But we're continuing real quick. There's some other eminent Nigerians joining us online via Zoom. I want to quickly recognize the presence of the Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. We welcome you, sir. Thank you for joining us. The Minister of Transportation, Right Honorable Rotimi Amici, is also here with us online. The Chairman House Committee on Local Content is also here with us online. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources is online with us. The Director of DPR, Engineer Anwalo, is also online with us. Because of time, I want to welcome all the MDs of the IOCs. You are all online with us, and of course the MD of the Nigerian LNG. We welcome all of you. Thank you for joining us. We do also have joining us Senator Teslim Folarin. We welcome you. Thank you all, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, joining us virtually. And continuing with the event, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it said by the ES, you've heard it said by the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, that our next speaker provided not just support, not just guidance, but indeed total commitment to seeing the completion and indeed fruition of Nigerians benefiting from these resources, especially in these parts of the country. I'm excited and delighted to welcome our next speaker, and indeed our very highly esteemed next speaker, His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, speaking to us live via Zoom. Please can we welcome His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan, the President of the Senate, Excellency the Governor of Bayelsa State, members of the National Assembly, Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources, the Chief of Staff, Senior Government Officials, Your Royal Majesties, Group Managing Director, NNPC, Executive Secretary, Nigerian Monitoring Board, and Management Team, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to join you virtually to formally commission the 17-story edifice put in place to serve as the headquarters of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board. The iconic edifice, with the full complements of a 1,000-seater conference center, multi-level car park, and a 10 megawatt power plant, is a demonstration of the thoughtful leadership that went into the planning and execution of the project. I wish to commend the Ministry of Petroleum Resources under my supervision, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, the Chairman and members of the Governing Council, as well as the management and staff of the Nigerian Content Board for this achievement. The completion of these projects reflects our drive to provide infrastructure across the country to serve as magnet for investments and enabler of jobs creation and eradication of poverty. We all know the fact that poverty knows no tribe or religion. We must therefore master all resources and align all policies, projects, and programs to ensure that we lift millions of our people out of poverty. I am pleased to note that thousands of direct and indirect jobs were created during the execution of the project, in addition to the various business opportunities. This commissioning brings to the fore the importance of local content in all activities of our national life, especially with the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic. I believe strongly in local production and patronage of our goods and services as one of the surest ways to empower our citizens and give them viable opportunities to excel in their chosen professions and business endeavors. That is why 2 of the executive orders issued under our government are related to enforce local content in public procurement and contracts to further replicate the successes being realized in the oil and gas industry. Local content and self-reliance are the key principles of the recently approved 2.3 trillion Naira National Economic Sustainability Plan. The plan is aimed at the promotion of local production, local services, local innovation, and the use of local materials. The impact of the pandemic has further shown that it is imperative that we must produce what we eat and produce enough of our requirements and more for export. All these policy directives and programs are also meant to address some of the causative factors of insecurity. We believe that the provision of employment opportunities and available infrastructure that support businesses to compete and grow are essential means of addressing some of the causes of insecurity. With commissioning of this project, I want to highlight that we have put in place a landmark of reference in the Niger Delta to reflect long-lasting legacies that signpost the years of oil and gas exploitation, and I assure you that there is more to come. I must commend the Nigerian Content Board for the successes recorded in the last 10 years since its formation. The edifice we are commissioning today is a befitting birthday gift as you mark your 10th year anniversary as a regulator and developer of local content in the oil and gas industry. I am also pleased that this project has been delivered by local contractors, supported by local engineering and project consultants. We must all be proud that we finished what we started. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being part of this historic moment, even as I use this opportunity to thank the people of Bayelsa and congratulate them as the proud host of this landmark project in the heart of the Niger Delta. It is with great pleasure that I am directing the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources to commission the 10 megawatts power plant, the 1,000-seater conference center, to be known as the NCDMB Conference Center, and also commission the iconic 17-story building to be known as the Nigerian Content Tower on my behalf. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
God bless our dear President, who is governing this amazing country and making it the land of greatness and promise. One more time for those who are here physically, can we put our hands together for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? We thank you very much. Okay, we heard him very clearly. He said the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources should cut the tape and unveil the commemorative plan. So this is how we'll go. After the national anthem, the rest of us, please retain your seats. Only those people who are in the first row are members of the Governing Council will be led by the Executive Secretary to go and do all of that on the travels. But we're explaining what they're doing based on what we see on the screen. On behalf of my co-anchor here, the amazing man with a beautiful voice, a lot more handsome than I am, Richmond Osuji, shall we all rise now for the national anthem. Only those in front seats and council members will be led by the Executive Secretary. Okay.
Sam, can my mic work?
They are now proceeding for the tape cutting and unveiling of the plan. The Minister for State for Petroleum has been mandated by Mr. President to cut the tape on his behalf, and the dignitaries are there about to cut the tape. We have His Excellency Chief Timothy Silva there. We have the Executive Secretary of the NCDMB, Engineer Simbi Wabote there, ready to commission the building.
Okay.
To the glory of God, and on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, I commission this beautiful edifice for the prosperity and enjoyment of the people of Nigeria.
This way, come on, this way, come on. Move, this is where...
The Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board Headquarters Building, Swale, Yenagoa, by Yelsa State, commissioned by His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the 13th day of August 2020.
Okay, so they will go into the building now, straight to the 5th floor, and then just the executive governor, the honorable minister, the ES, the GMD, and governing council members will go beyond this point. Sorry. Please, because of the lift capacity, can you please allow the minister, the ES, the GMD, the council members to proceed from here. Of course, the chairman too. Stay back. Because of some of the aides can stay behind if you don't mind, because of lift capacity upstairs. Please watch your step.
This is a virtual tour of the 17-story Nigerian Content Tower. This is the ground floor. It has the reception area and the coffee kiosk. This is the first floor. It has the business area of the building. This is the second floor. It has the data room, the library, the e-library, 2 meeting rooms, and offices. This is the third floor. It has the same set of offices, meeting rooms, and conference rooms with the 5th floor all the way up to the 14th floor. This is the 4th floor. It has 2 meeting rooms and several offices. Also has a link to the multi-level car park.
Okay, so can I have the attention of the press? We're going to be having the live interview here when...
This is the 15th floor.
When they come back to this door, and only the TV stations that are streaming live will be conducting this interview. I'm talking about Arise Television, Channels Television, NTA, and TVC. Those are the 4 channels that will be conducting the interview when they return to this door. So please, I appeal to all members of the press to kindly observe social distancing when that interview is ongoing. Thank you.
The 16th floor is the lower roof, and it houses the cleaning cradle and the emergency water tank. The 17th floor is the upper roof.
Please, again, I want to remind you that during the interview will be conducted by the 4 TV stations that are streaming live: TVC, Channel,
the kitchen,
NTA, and Arise News.
Level car park building. It has 300 parking spaces, which also has the gym, the restaurant, and the clinic. This is the kitchen. It's on the 4th floor. It caters to the general occupants of the building. This is the generator house. It has 6 smartly synchronized backup generators of 1,250 kVA each.
The commissioning in 2005 of the 480 the construction of the 10 megawatts by ENI and its partners, NAOC JV and NAAPSC, is a further testimony to the company's commitment to improve quality of life, trigger industrialization, and generate employment in the country.
Can you go follow me?
Ovie, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
On May 21, 2015, the Nigerian Contents Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, practicalized its mandates to develop local content in the Nigerian oil and gas industry by awarding the contract for the construction of its 17-story headquarters building, the now storied Nigerian Contents Tower in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, to Megastar Technical and Construction Company.
This project was actually initiated 2013, and between 2013 there were some preliminary things that were done, like some filling the site and getting all the necessary permission to be able to work at the site. So by May 21st, 2015, the contract was awarded and the contractor started work in earnest.
The entire project site covers an area of 40,727 square meters, and the built-up area is 9,742 square meters, while the hard-standing area covers 5,348 square meters.
Okay, please, can we just free this place and allow only the journalists from the four media houses? Please, can we just allow, okay, you're fine, you're good.
879
But this man,
square meters.
okay, we'll go chase this man. Come when they support one team, one no like. Yeah, one team when they support. If we're not talking now, if we're not talking. To the car park. They say don't worry,
The headquarters consist of 3 independent buildings. 1, 17 floors office building. 2, conference center. 3, car park building.
The main building is actually a 17-story building. The ground floor and the first floor are about the reception and the business floor. Then it's also the first floor is also the start of the travel floor. So basically, the offices floor starts from the 3rd floor all the way to the 15th floor, which is occupied by the executive secretary and his staff. Part of the security feature of the building is also that your access card can only allow you to access the floor to which is programmed to. So the general lift lobby has an access control device which is card operated, and from there it means effectively if you are supposed to be on the 4th floor, you won't be able to stray into the 5th floor or 6th floor because then you won't be granted access into the floor. You'll be locked in the lobby and you have to go back to the 4th floor in which your card can grant you access to get to.
The conference building is fully acoustic. What does that mean? You don't have noise restriction coming in from outside, neither do you have noise coming out from the inside to outside. So it gives it a certain volume of, when you're talking to people, they'll be able to hear you. Everything is controlled within that conference center, and that's a bit unique.
Within the multi-level car park, you have parking spaces which are located on 3 floors. One of the distinguishing features of the multi-level car park, which we have to say, is the scissors ramp that leads a car in and out. With this, you have clear demarcation of traffic on the ramp, and you have clear direction of traffic flow from one floor to another. And because we are progressively building world-class facilities and we are bringing technologies that are current in world standard, we have also introduced a car parking management system which educates a driver on which floor he can park, which is availability of space and also availability of usage, because we have distinct parking lots for physically challenged people. We have VIP parking lots and we have general parking lots. So the car park management system manages this information so that the drivers does not need to circle the floors looking for parking. Is immediately alerted to which floor is available for him to park, so he drives straight to that floor and park.
So if you could just adjust more, no, when she finished, no, okay, let me go to finish because they give me a wife.
Typical with any human endeavor, the company ran into many challenges in the course of construction, which affected the project in one way or the other. Fluctuations in the foreign exchange rate posed a major challenge. This is because it affected the buying of equipment, particularly those that could not be sourced locally.
One of the few challenges we have had on this project, especially at the onset, after the war, which as of that time, the dollar rate was 107. The dollar went up to 305. And mind you, why am I talking about?
Please, this interview is only for the 4 live cameras. It's just 4 of them here now.
That actually have to be brought in as much as we know that majority of the local things we can source, we actually source locally. But equipment like the lift, we don't manufacture in Nigeria. Equipment like the escalators and the generators, mostly also the MEPs, have to come from outside Nigeria. So that affected the project because we were battling to see how best we could, harmonize and manage with the differential in dollar rate.
Another challenge was the training of the workforce. It is worthy of note that in line with its commitment to local contents development and with the encouragement of NCDMB, Megastar turned this challenge into a groundbreaking local contents development opportunity and model by training and utilizing local workforce.
It has really impacted on so many lives, so many youth, because like when we started, we had about 700 plus working, and many of them are from Bielsa. They are Bielsans. So I really appreciate the company a lot because they have really tried. They have impacted on lives, especially the youth around this area.
My name is Guru Peter. I'm from Niger State. I was trained by Megastar for 6 months. I'm now fully engaged. I can bend, I can tie, I can fix. I want to thank them for this great impact. I will say may God bless them.
This massive training of workers, particularly the locals to a large extent, had a positive effect on the project, as it rubbed off in the safety indices during the project construction.
Okay, so can we have some freeway there?
5 million
some freeway there.
There was no recorded lost time injury, a feat that is
so can we keep
commendable. Out of the 500 workers directly engaged by the...
Please, Ebube, can we cue this sound? We want to conduct interview now. Cue the sound in the house. This sound here, this one. Go to live feed. Go to live feed. No, not in my mic now. I want this one on. Give me this mic. Welcome back, Your Excellencies. Paparazzi, don't stay here. Only the 4 TV stations.
No, don't give it that this way.
So we're going live on TV. Now remember, just the four TV stations. The Honorable Minister is taking the interview first.
Honorable Minister, I'm fine, sir. Honorable Minister, we'd like to know the significance of this. Sorry, look at the camera. To Mr. President's development strides in the Niger Delta region. Did you get the question, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much. This magnificent edifice is a monument to Mr. President's commitment to the development of local content. And this signals that local content has come to stay in Nigeria. We have developed since inception in 2010 local content from 3% to in some cases 40%, like in the vessel sector. And the plan is to develop local content to 70% in the next 70 years. And this monument will stand at all times to signal the fact that the time for local content development has come. And there is no better time than at this time of COVID-19, when we saw that other nationals were being shipped out of Nigeria. And we were for a minute afraid that we will be left by ourselves. But you see, these are the kind of assurances we get. When we come to places like this, we know that Nigerians can do it if the opportunity is given to them. And we are very proud today to be Nigerians.
benefit maximally from this project, knowing that this is the epicenter of local content? And what is your advice to the youths of the Niger Delta?
Mr. President has moved the epicenter of local content to the heart of the Niger Delta. There is nothing better that can happen as far as local content is concerned, development is concerned. This building is 17 stories, and I know that it's one of the highest buildings, if not the highest building in the whole Niger Delta. This is the highest that we can go. We cannot go below this, we can only go higher from there. So the youths of the Niger Delta should take advantage of this opportunity and jump on the boat. Local content is here. So what else can you say? If Mr. President has brought the ship of local content to the heart of Niger Delta, then it is now the opportunity that for the youth to take advantage of. We should jump on that ship and be at the core of the development of local content in Nigeria.
Thank you.
Okay, we just heard from the Honorable Minister of State Petroleum, and now we'll be hearing from the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board here today at the virtual commissioning of the 17-story Nigerian Content Tower. Executive Secretary, sir, today would be a very happy day for you, and we know that it goes down in the history of our success. But now many are also wondering, what is the impact of this project on local content development and also the local economy?
Of course, thanks for that question. You heard the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources tell you more about the significance of this. Having a story building like this, you have indeed created an enabling environment within Bayelsa State. Your clamor for industry to come and site their headquarters in Bayelsa State can only start if you create the enabling environment. So we believe that NCDMB has started that movement in order to create this environment, in order to establish this edifice such that the oil and gas industry will begin to see the reason why they might gravitate towards Bayelsa State. Because I sincerely believe that calling them to come is not enough. You must create the enabling environment. And the significance of this is that we have created the enabling environment with 17-story building. NCDMB is not going to occupy all the floors of the building because we don't have that much manpower to occupy the floors. So there are available spaces for industry stakeholders to take. As we speak, 2 of the local producers are talking to us on how to establish themselves within this facility. So that just gives you a tip of the iceberg on what is going to happen with regards to this building.
Okay, we know that it is the desire of President Muhammadu Buhari to deepen local content in Nigeria, job creation and employment, and that is the vision you are pursuing and hoping to actualize. Well, also there's one question. We also have the NTA channels, Arise and TVC. After this question, Arise will also ask one. Okay, how do you intend to sustain steady power supply for this building and to maintain this facility, sir?
Well, like you know, we have built the 10 megawatts power plant in collaboration with the Nigerian Ajip Oil Company. So that will supply 24/7 electricity to this building, and it is gas-fired. So the sustainability process is also thought about. We have also advertised prior to the commissioning of this building for the maintenance of this edifice, and we are about concluding that process within the next 2 weeks. That will be concluded, so you have a sustainability plan in terms of the maintenance. We started the process of establishing the maintenance capacity in 2019, and within 2 weeks we will conclude that process. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to say thank you, sir.
Thank you, the GMB.
The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. Well, we said earlier that it is the desire and vision of President Muhammadu Buhari to deepen local content, create jobs, employment, to see that the local industries participate in a field that usually the foreigners used to have the advantage. So what do you think about this 17-story content tower started from scratch to finish by an indigenous contractor? Megastar Hakota Duke.
This is an indication that we have made progress, significant progress in our capacity building efforts, and we have seen from realities on ground today that majority of construction and fabrication work are done by Nigerians and by Nigerian companies. There's significant capacity that is built over time, and this edifice clearly demonstrates that anything is possible with good leadership and with the support of the right high-level leadership, particularly that of Mr. President. And finally, what we know today is that this is an industry that doesn't discriminate. We have built capacity. You find Nigerians anywhere you go in the world. This is the time to bring them back so that they can add value in our country today as we grow capacity and we make this place a hub of activity for the whole of the world, not just for West Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like nah, space.
The live coverage of the commissioning of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB building in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, done virtually by the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, and of course assisted by the Minister of State for Petroleum, the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, as well as the Executive Secretary of the NCDMB. And it was brought to you live on Channels Television. You're watching Channels Television broadcasting from Lagos. Coming up next, we continue with our our regular programming. And also remember, at the top of the hour, News Track will be coming up. Please stay with us.
You've been watching a live Channels Television event.